health stream. How are you doing? We are finally going to talk about the last month in Medical Medium's protocol from his book Thyroid Healing, to help you. This doesn't just help you if you have thyroid issues. If you've had any Epstein-Barr virus, you should definitely do this. Do at least one round of these 3 months. It's not terribly difficult. I'm currently doing month B, and I think I might do it. I've done it for a month, and I think I might do it for another month, and then move on to C. I don't. C is not really that bad. I hate making the soup. I don't cook, so juicing and making smoothies is one thing, but even though it's just chopping and putting stuff in a pot to boil for however long, I still don't want to do it. Anyway, that's just me. First world problems. So, here's my check-off list for the third month. I call it month C. And my shopping list: 2 celery. This is for one day. So that way you can go to the store and say, okay, how many days, when do I think I'll go to the store next? How many days do I want to get? So for each day that you want to purchase food for, you're going to get 2 celery, half a lemon, 2 cups of mango. I get frozen mango from Whole Foods, frozen organic mango, 1 banana, thyme, and I choose to buy thyme tea. That's easier. That's easier for me. It's a quicker way. It's probably more effective if you get fresh thyme. Did I get fresh thyme? Yeah, it's hard to find thyme tea, but it's easy to make a tea. You just they come off real easy. Take off the little leaves and put them in a little tea ball. 2 apples, 1 cilantro, sorry. And I use a bunch of cilantro. You probably don't need a whole bunch, but I get a bunch. I use a bunch per day. It's about $1.50 per bunch for organic. About 79 cents, I think, for conventional. And 2 to 4 inches of ginger. For the soup, and I try to make the soup for 2 weeks. The soup recipe in the book creates 8 servings. So if you double up the recipe, you'll get 16 servings. So that's about a little more than 2 weeks. But the recipe calls for, you need to buy 4 sweet potatoes, 1 bunch of celery, 4 onions, 12 garlic cloves, 2 inches of turmeric, 2 inches of ginger, 8 sprigs of thyme, 4 tablespoons of dulce. Dulce is, I'll show you the container, is Atlantic sea kelp. And 2 tablespoons of kelp. So I'll show you what I get. Dulce. Kelp. They both come from Maine. And there are various different brands. I like this because this comes in flakes and you can easily pour it into a tablespoon. So this is sea seasoning, organic kelp granules, Maine coast, you can see. Boop, boop, boop. And Maine needs you to buy stuff from them because they're kind of poor up there and the lumber industry is in decline, so they need other forms of income. Buy this. Dulce granules, Maine coast. Sea Seasonings is the brand. And you can get those at Whole Foods. You can get them at other specialty food stores. Maybe you can get them at your own supermarket. But if you can't find them, you can also order them from Amazon. Ugh, and I'll leave my closet open. Oh, sorry. Don't look at it. Don't look at it. So that's my shopping list. Then I wrote down daily, so you might want to do this for yourself, what you need to do every day for the third month, month C. And as you can see, there's a little bit more. again, if you prepare and do things efficiently, it won't be so overwhelming. But it might seem that way at first. So daily, and this is from page 159 of the Thyroid Healing book. Daily, you're going to drink celery juice first thing in the morning and wait 15 to 20 minutes after you drink or eat anything else. Coffee, anything, water. You're going to just drink your celery juice first. Next, you're going to drink lemon water using the half a lemon we discussed, and you want to do that midday. So maybe have that for lunch. Then a thyroid healing smoothie or fruit. So this is where you're going to use the mango. Let's see, and I wrote down the pages too, because that makes it easier that every day if you forget what's in them, you can just look at your list and go, oh, what's in there again, and quickly flip to the page. So thyroid healing smoothie, boom, has 2 cups of fresh or frozen mango, 1 banana, and 1 cup of water. And then you can also put in either spinach, arugula, kelp powder, which you just saw, ginger, orange juice, cilantro, aloe vera gel, or raspberries. So you can, and I've done this too, you can either put that in a smoothie, or if you don't have time, or if you don't feel like having a smoothie, just put it's really good when I put the frozen mango and I let it thaw. And so it's a little cold and a little frozen still, and just eat that out of the bowl, and then eat a banana. Easy peasy, you can do that. That's not hard. Then you have either ginger water or ginger tea. So there are so many brands of ginger tea. I usually buy the Yogi brand because it's the least expensive that I can find. So I drink the ginger tea. Then I drink, this is a little more complicated, the thyroid healing tea. And it's a little more complicated because it's harder to find, page 172, it's harder to find the ingredients in a tea. So thyroid healing tea, you can see I marked all these. This book is so well used. Thyroid healing tea is 2 cups of water, 1 teaspoon of thyme, 1 teaspoon of fennel seeds, 1 teaspoon lemon balm, and then optional raw honey if you want some sweetness. So I don't put the raw honey in. I don't really need that sweetness. You can get lemon balm very easily in a tea. You can also find fennel seed tea. And the thyme, that's the one that's more challenging. So usually I will just buy the fresh thyme and take the leaves off and put them in a tea ball. Tea balls are like $1. It's not a big deal. Or you can also buy tea bags. They sell the little cloth or paper tea bags. So you can put that in there and single use. And you just throw that away each time. I don't really like to do that as much. But sometimes the tea balls, holes in the mesh are too big. So you have to use a bag for some things because then the herbs and spices will come out of the tea ball. So that's the thyroid healing tea. Then thyroid healing broth. So this is the soup. I gave you the list of the ingredients to make the soup, and what I would do is I'd make that on a Sunday, and then you can freeze it, so I would proportion it out, put half of it in the freezer, keep the other half out, and then just drink a little of that every day, heat it up and drink some. So that's on page 180. Boop. So you basically take all of the ingredients that I mentioned before, chop them up, and put them in a large pot, bring it to a boil, reduce the heat to a low simmer for 1 hour. So it takes a while for it to get to a boil because it's a lot of stuff in there, especially if you make 2 weeks of it. The ingredients that I gave you earlier on the list, that's the 2 weeks. So if you were to do 8 servings, makes 1 to 4 servings in the recipe book, you would only get 2 sweet potatoes, 2 celery stalks, etc. So I doubled that to make 8 servings. So it wasn't 2 weeks, it was a week. But yeah, you definitely don't want to do this more than once a week. At least I don't, for sure. I don't even want to do it once a week. But anyway, so it takes a while. Strain So this is strain and enjoy as a healing restorative broth that can be sipped through the day. So that's one option. What I did to make it a little hearty, and I hate to throw away all that food. There's a lot of food left after you make this broth. Another option is I would take all of it, and I have a Vitamix, so I was lucky enough to be able to take all of the ingredients, and it takes a number of times. It's not like you could pour all of this into a pot and into a blender and mix it, but I would put some of it in a blender, and on the Vitamix there's a soup. I don't think you could do this on all blenders because they can't go this high for this long, but Vitamix has a soup function, so you can put a bunch of ingredients in there and hit soup, and it'll just go really fast until a hot soup is made. It's hot when it comes out, and then again portion that into different containers and freeze it and eat it during the week. So that is, oh, there was one more thing, thyroid healing juice, and that is thyroid healing juice, tea juice, page 170. And that is 1 bunch celery, 2 apples, 1 bunch of cilantro, and then fresh ginger. So you juice that. So I would do that in the evening, because you're juicing your celery in the morning, you're having your lemon water, you're having your broth, you're having your tea, and then in the evening I would juice the thyroid healing juice. So for that, because then you can juice the celery in the morning, maybe take the soup to work, or you could eat the soup for dinner, but you could take tea bags to make the tea at work. Nobody's really going to work right now, but if you had to, you would take the tea to work, you can take the fruit to work, you can, and then come home, have your broth, and then juice up your healing juice, and boom, easy peasy. And for me, the celery in the morning, I would just leave that in the juicer, because I know I'm going to juice again. I don't want to clean it twice in one day. So I would leave that, juice again in the evening, and then clean it. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. If you have any questions, let me know. Happy to answer them. But that really completes our discussion of the thyroid healing book. Next, I'm going to start reading the Cleanse to Heal book, the newest one with the watermelon on the cover. So, I'll give you updates if I learn any new and interesting stuff in that book. All right. Enjoy. Go in good health.